Hey, see on the news today how the nice little Gaza thing is going over there with Israel? They're both wrong. Wrong is a relative term. They're both wrong, but one's wronger than the other. But they don't care. Hamas has got the gun to their heads over there in Palestine, and Hamas won't let them get rid of them. They claim to help them out, and they're just making it worse and worse for the Palestinians who live in a prison in the Gaza Strip. The Israelis won't let them out, won't let them in, food in. Now they're bombing the whole place. Just bombed the UN school. They're both given the coordinates of the UN school by the UN on GPS so they wouldn't bomb it. Everybody was supposed to be in the courtyards. So try to get buses to get out there. Next thing you know, the Israelis shooting a shell into the middle of the courtyard, and I'm just now seeing all the bodies coming in, the little children, which seems to be the target of choice by everybody these days. It's disgusting. And we support Israelis, we support the Egyptians, and everybody wants to use religion. Well, I'll tell you what, read your history about how Palestine was taken away from them by the European Jews who came out from World War II. Don't blame them for leaving Europe because they were scared Hitler might rise again in some form, or the Nazis would. But there's no reason to take these people, kick them off their land, and subjugate them like they're prisoners in their own homes. They're starving, and children. They have no water. It's all controlled by Israelis. It's not fair. If this was the right way to do things, the American Indians would have us under lock and key right now, take over the whole country again. Nobody can tell me that that's the right thing to do. Death toll continues to jump, and it's ridiculous. 16 killed, 200 injured in one bombing at the UN school that was supposed to be off limits for everybody. The UN, they agreed with the UN not to bomb it. So, why not? We've always supported the Israelis no matter what they did, right or wrong. They got so many UN sanctions against them over the last 30 years that I remember. And so do the terrorists. The Hamas is not a government. It's a terrorist organization in the Gaza Strip. They should have never been elected. And the Palestinians were forced to do elections against their will by the Bush administration early on. And this is what happens. They're thugs and murderers and killers. And the Israelis are responding, but the sophistication between the two of them is totally, totally different. These are targeted attacks, and nobody can tell me that Hamas bombed their own school. If they did, and people thought that, they'd be hanging them in the streets at this moment. So let's get real, people. Every time you say Israeli or Palestinian, people start yelling at you because you think you're discriminatory. Well, there's a website now. It's called Arabs and Jews Refuse to Fight Each Other. And it's a damn good website. It's about a lot of people that have married between different faiths and religions and stuff. And they're happy. But once you stick religion in war, it never stops. And obviously this will not stop until they kill each other and annihilate each other. And that's going to be the start of World War III. So it's got to stop. You know, there's the children involved here. That's what I'm concerned about. Like the children coming across the border, those refugees. They're not illegal aliens. These kids are fleeing for their lives. You know, they're going to drug cartel gangs, or they're going to be shot. And this is what happens. So don't think that they're trying to invade our country somehow. They're turning themselves in as soon as they get across the border. These kids are kids. They're innocent. And I'm not religious, but I do believe there's something up there. And if it's called God, it is called God. And it's a sin against God to hurt innocent children and women. Makes me want to barf. All these religious nuts, these evangelistic Republicans, makes me sick. Well, they go down there and tell a child, you have to leave, you have to starve to death and die. It's all bull. This country is made from immigrants, it's going to stay made with immigrants. And if it didn't, we'd all be white trash. Because that's what some of these people are to protest. How can you look a child in the eye and say, "Oh, we don't want you here because you're from a different country. It's a war zone that we support. We give aid to these countries that allow this crap to go on down there in Central and South America. We've been doing this for 100 years, this type of shit. And Noriega was a puppet for our government until he told us to go hit the road. What we do, we invaded Panama, put him in federal prison, and he was a POW. He shouldn't have been in a civilian prison. So the Supreme Court made him a POW 10 years after he was arrested. We stayed in a federal prison in Miami the whole time. They released him, he went back. And I'm seeing these Hamas people. They're just terrorists, supported by Iran and these other countries. Well, guess what? Fuck them all. If you're going to fight them, wipe them out, get rid of them, and change it. Now we got ISIS over there in Iraq, taking over the whole country, because why? The president that we installed refused to keep our troops there and give them sovereign immunity so they couldn't be prosecuted under Iraqi law, which allows torture, by the way, and coercion, and unfair hearings, and unfair trials, and death penalties. You want American troops prosecuted under those laws or military law? It's all bullshit. Makes me sick. All these people want to go to war over everything. You know, you go to war over somebody shooting down a plane full of 298 innocent fucking civilians that have nothing to do with nothing over the Ukraine. That's when you send NATO troops into Ukraine to protect it. Grow some balls, U.S.A. Fuck these people.